It is Monday, August 15, 2016. We're pleased to bring you today's edition of the Government News Brief. Welcome. In the news, Linden Television Station to become operational as soon as community issues are resolved, Bartica Township moves to implement green agenda through building codes, and Food and Drug Department calls on local importers to be certified. Stay tuned as we bring you the details of these and other stories. Thank you for staying with us. I am Azim Khan, and here now are the details. The Guyana National Broadcasting Authority stands ready to issue the license for the operationalization of the Linden Television Station, but there are still some unresolved issues within the Region 10 community. Details in this report.
During a walkabout on Saturday in Linden, residents of the mining town inquired from Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu about the status of the Linden Television Station. The Prime Minister explained that Channel 13 has already been secured for Linden, but there are still some issues that need to be sorted within the region before the station is granted its license. The residents were advised.
That's the commitment. And I've been having talks with the Linden Region 10, the municipality, business organization, the former chairman, and the NDC at Kakwani. They all have to come together because it's Region 10 television station. And we ran into some problem because the law says that to get a television license, you must have a company or a trust.
A trust company was established by the former regional administration of Linden under the chairmanship of Sharma Solomon. This trust, however, was not appointed with an adequate number of persons. The current chairman and regional administration now needs to be involved in this process, which is currently ongoing.
We had a meeting. This is 2 meetings. The last time I came here at Watuka House and recently in Georgetown. And we sat and we hammered this thing out. And we said these are the new 15 persons who will be the directors of the television. And also we have some persons who will be the trustees. Right now, I'm waiting for the former board members to go, that is Mr. Solomon and company, to go and change over the names.
The Prime Minister says as soon as this process is completed and members are extended from 5 to 15 to include the representatives of the new council, the business community, the NDC at Kakwani, the church, trade union and the municipality, the license will be granted.
I have already spoken to the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority. They're waiting to grant the license. All you need is the license. In the meantime, you're having television, but the signals are coming from Georgetown. Right. Yeah. The idea is for us, when I first became a minister in 1992, the Minister of Information, I came up here and I hand over the television station to a committee, a people's committee from Linden, to run it and to have local program. You need to also do that. We will help to train the persons to make local programs so you could take part in your own activities, your own life, and you could see yourself on television. So we are ready and willing to move on.
The provision of the Linden Television Station forms part of the government's plan to integrate communities and regions using the communications mechanism. The Office of the Prime Minister is responsible for the implementation of this program. For the Government News Brief, I'm Tiffany Rojas.
The new Bartica Town Council is working to bring the local building codes in line with the community's quest to become a green economy. Find out how in this report.
Bartica's contractors will be expected to deliver higher standards in the construction and renovation of municipal buildings and infrastructure in the town. The new town council will be aligning its building policies with its new sustainable green goal. Mayor of Bartica, Gifford Marshall.
Only this week, I instructed our Works Committee at the Bartica Town Council to review the laws and policies governing construction in our town. Very soon, Council will enforce green policies that will guide the way we build this green city. Our roads, our parapets, our drains, our open spaces, residential and commercial properties must all be constructed to reflect the greening of Bartica.
Green building standards will ensure that the human health and the natural environment of the town are not compromised in the name of development, Mayor Marshall says.
Going forward, we will work feverishly to ensure that Bartica promotes a green economy. Contractors like Mr. Lewis and so many others that we have in Bartico must not only provide jobs and support for our services, but they must understand that whatever they do, it must be done in an environmentally friendly manner.
President David Granger, on assuming office, has advocated for Guyana to move quickly to develop a green economy and for Bartica to lead the way, becoming the first green town. He later charged the new town council to lead the residents towards this goal. For the Government News Brief, Shivani Rampasad reporting.
Rehabilitation of Madi internal roads ongoing despite challenges. Details from Renetta LaFleur.
The cries of residents in the mining community of Madia are now being answered with the rehabilitation of the internal roads. Senior Hinterland Engineer, Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Naeem Mohammed explains.
Currently, we have a project in Madia that deals with Madia internal road, concrete roads, approximately 720 million. Works are ongoing. To date, the work is about 15%. The supply of the material has already commenced, and the contractors them will be increasing their pace on the work very soon. It's basically concrete roads in the main arterial roads in Madia. It's approximately 2 kilometers of road. In terms of concrete roads, concrete drains.
Mohammed told the Government Information Agency, GINA, that despite the challenges the contractors are facing with the removal of Guyana Water Incorporated, GWI, Guyana Power and Light, GPL, and Guyana Telephone Telegraph, GTT utilities, these are being addressed and works will be completed soon. Meanwhile, works on the Mabura Road will commence shortly.
Work will be starting at Mabura, or as within a few days' time. What happened, there are some challenges there now because heavy torrential rainfall is experienced in that area, and there's a bit challenging doing the grading when the rains come. The contracts then were awarded sometime now, but the thing is, when you do on surface road in rainy season, it gets more complicated. Like the material become more plastic, and there's a great difficulty in doing road when these times come.
The scope of works includes the removal of slush from potholes, and in the dry season, laterite material will be added.
Normally, we do annual maintenance on these roads. Now, we have to allow the road to some order. We can't go and do like periodic maintenance within short periods of time. It wouldn't be economical, right? But we can't allow it to get too far deteriorated also. So you just got to choose the right time to get it done.
Early in 2016, when Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman and the team visited Madia, Minister Trotman assured the residents that works were slated to commence this year on the deplorable roads. A total of $1.702 billion has been provided for rehabilitation of hinterland roads in Bartica, Madia, Aichuni Kokwani, and the Cassandra Crossing Bridge. Renetta LaFleur for the Government News Brief.
The Food and Drug Analyst Department of the Ministry of Public Health is calling on local importers to certify its products for sale on the local market. Details from Delicia Haynes.
Food importers are required to have a free sale certificate upon the arrival of their goods at the ports of entry. Director of the Food and Drug Department, Marlon Cole, explains.
Our first line of defense is actually documentation. A case in point, if you want to bring a food into Guyana from, let's say, from Trinidad and Tobago, that food would have to be accompanied by what we call a free sale certificate. This certificate is a document from the regulatory agency, an agency like Food and Drug Department in that country, to attest to the quality and the safety of the product, meaning it is being manufactured under the supervision of the regulatory department.
Cole outlines what is required on the label of the imported product, noting that important particulars should be taken into consideration before products are released for sale.
So what they would do, they would issue this free sale certificate, and inclusive on this certificate would be the product name, the batch of the product, the name of the exporter, the name of the consignee or the importer in Guyana, the address of the manufacturer and the address of the importer, and in some cases the shipping vessel, which vessel that batch of product is coming with. So this certificate really assents to the authenticity of the product.
Despite challenges for full compliance from importers, the department maintains that the requirement for import is necessary.
Over the year, we have found it challenging to ensure that all importers, be it from the US, from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from Trinidad, from Barbados, it has been a great challenge to ensure that every shipment of product that they bring into Guyana is accompanied with this certification.
The Government Analyst Food and Drug Department aims to have importers fully compliant with the regulations of the department. The department is also providing sensitization of the legal aspect through which the department functions. For the Government News Brief, I am Delicia Haynes.
Youths of Linden are being encouraged by Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu to aim for the skies and continue to be engaged in sports. Here is that story.
Over 50 youths from the Linden community were meaningfully engaged through a 2-week annual basketball camp hosted by resident coach Abdullah Hamid. Hamid said that he had started the program 27 years ago after he decided to give back to his community. The camp attracts youths from the age of 3 to age 19. Over the years, Hamid says that the program is one that continues to grow.
This program has produced many national players like Steve Niels, Kanai, Naoto Peter, Shauna Chester, and many other names you can call that are top players right now in this country. They come from the same program.
Member of Parliament German Figueroa, one of the donors who has made the camp possible, is urging members of the community to join in the development of youth.
We need residents in the community who feel the need, as he has, to give back. I mean, sports is an avenue where a lot of young people have an interest in. And if Guyana really wants to be recognized on the international scene, then I believe sports is an area where they can maximize that opportunity.
Words of encouragement came from the Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu.
I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, perfect what you're doing. It requires determination, it requires discipline. It is a good thing for you to be in. Mental development is never complete unless you have physical development. The two go together. The
Prime Minister encouraged the youths that they can one day represent Guyana on the international stage through determination. For this Government News Brief, Namila Henry Rowe.
Those are the reports we covered in today's edition of the Government News Brief. The details of these and other stories can be found on GINA's website. We encourage you to stay updated, subscribe to our website and YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook. All government and other information can be accessed from GINA's website and Facebook page. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you another edition of this, the Government News Brief. Thank you for watching.